morning, dear friends. In today's class, we are going to learn about metals and non-metals. So, can you look around and see if they do really exist in our surroundings? What is the table that you are using made up of? It is made up of aluminium or wood. What about the phone or laptop that you are using to view this video? Yeah, it is made up of metals and non-metals. How to differentiate the objects made up of metals and non-metals? Is it as easy as the two colors black and white? Well, for that, let us look at the physical properties of each category in detail. Let us take, for example, the ornaments. What do you have to say about them? You will observe that most of them are made up of gold or silver. Let us look at them closely. Do they have a shiny surface? Or the aluminium utensil in the kitchen, does they shine? Of course, both gold and aluminium have certain shine. Do you know what this shine is called? It is called luster. As both gold and aluminium are metals, it is known as metallic luster. If the utensils fall on the floor, does it break into parts? No, right? Metals are generally hard in nature. However, this hardness varies from metal to metal. A very thin plate of gold, for example, can easily be broken with a little pressure. How do you think huge aluminum sheets are made, or sheets of copper or zinc? If I take a hammer and beat, will they break or turn into sheets? It is the amazing property of metals to be beaten into sheets. We call this property as the malleability of metals. Most metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Have you ever seen copper wires or thin gold wires used to make jewelry? Metals by nature can also be drawn into wires. Do you have any clue as to what this property is called? It is called ductility of metals. The ability of metals to be drawn into wires is called ductility. So far we discussed about the four properties of metals. Metals have metallic luster, malleability, ductility, and they are hard. So far we learned about the properties of metals such as luster, malleability, ductility, and hardness. Metals, they are also good conductors of heat and electricity, and they show the property of sonority. What do you think are the characteristics of nonmetals? In simple words, just the opposite of metals. Nonmetals like carbon, iodine, sulfur do not have luster. They do not shine and are brittle in nature. What do you mean by brittle? They cannot be beaten into sheets or wires, as most of them turn into powder when hit by a hard substance. Nonmetals can also be gases like oxygen, hydrogen, or solids like carbon, sulfur, etc. Do you know any nonmetal in the liquid state? Bromine is the only nonmetal in the liquid state. Nonmetals do not conduct heat or electricity, and they do not produce that sound when hit against a hard substance. This means they do not have the property of sonority, that is, they are non sonorous.